line. This is a great one. You don't need much space or many baskets to do this drill. And it will literally get them loose, get their hamstrings, get their calves, get them in an explosive mood, because that's what basketball is. It's an explosive game. So I like starting in triple threat. So Drew's going to get the ball up. Actually, it's not really triple threat, but that's a whole different speech. But anyway, so he's here. All right, he's going to get down. He's going to take one big jump forward, little jump back. Jump forward, little jump back. This is like most of my days at school. 2 steps forward, 1 step back, but it's one big jump forward, 1 little jump back. So we'll have the whole team doing it all the way going down the court. So do a couple more, Drew. And you go down once, come back, and it's teaching them to be explosive. So what I want Drew to really emphasize, keep going, what I want you to really emphasize is as soon as you land, you're hopping. Land, hop. That's much better, yeah. That's working on that explosiveness, okay? So we're gonna turn you around and we're gonna have you go back. Let's start here right in this white line. So when you're doing this, initially, let them kind of jump and stop, and then jump back, and then jump forward. That's fine. But eventually, after you've done this drill a couple of days in practice, really work on, as soon as they land, ooh, I missed a rebound, I got to go back up and get the next one. It's that explosiveness that we're going to really work on. All right, so as soon as you land, I want you to be like Roo on Winnie the Pooh. Isn't he? Or Tigger. No, Tigger. It's Tigger. Sorry. Tigger. I want you to be Tigger. Okay? There's my Disney reference. You like Disney? Sure. Everybody likes Disney. All right, here we go. Good. Both feet together, though. Keep them together. Power, 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 power. Good. Explosive, explosive. That was really good. So really emphasize with them when you do this drill, this explosive drill, that as soon as they land, they go. And onto this drill is kind of going backwards. So Drew's going to do the same thing. He's going to get in triple threat. He's going to take a big step back, jump back, and then forward, little forward, back. And again, once he's done this a couple times, go all the way over to this white line. Yeah, once he's done this a couple times, we really want to work on land, jump, land, jump, land, jump. All right, and he's not really differentiating, but really differentiating the big one back and then the small one forward. All right, dynamic warm-ups. First thing we're going to do with dynamic warm-up is get them moving up and down the court. So I'm going to have Drew do what we call a kangaroo warm-up. So Drew, face the camera. There you go, so all the pretty people can see you. So what he's going to do is he's going to do 3 big jumps. He's going to do them in slow-mo right now. Go ahead. 1, 2, and 3. And when he's doing that, he's really tucking his knees up, kicking his legs back. On the third one, he's going to spread, face that way. Yep, he's going to face that way, okay? And he'll have 1 foot in front of the other. He will go 3 steps forward, stop, and do the jump again. All right, so come on back here, Drew. We'll go this way. Okay, so do it slow-mo again. All right, hop, hop, hop. Now he's going to go 1, 2, 3, hop, hop, hop. All right, stop. Come back here. Nant will come over with you. So what you do, great warm-up. I usually do this right at the beginning of practice. Do it for 35, 40 seconds. It gets the juices flowing a little bit, kind of stretches them out. It's a good one to kind of get those muscles loose before you do any other dynamic stretches. All right, so let's go. Let's go down to half court on this and then come back. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3. Yep, good. Pause on that legs thing. Good, go, good. Now to half court. Now turn around, come back, turn around, right there, come back. Good, go. Perfect. Why I like this drill too is it's teaching, what do you do in a game of basketball? You do a lot of jumping, you have to be able to pivot and move quickly. Basketball is a game of up and down, very fast spurts. I'll put something down in the bottom, but I have a great statistical thing that basically says, if you can go fast for short periods amount of time, that's important. I wouldn't do this full length of court. I do it 1 or 2 times down, turn around, come back, maybe have them do it in 2 or 3 different groups, and that would work great.
All right, next drill I'm going to show you is a shooting drill, and it really should be the first shooting drill you do once you get in the gym. This is all about developing good habits and getting multiple practices. I run this as a 3-spot progression, which means as you make shots, you move back 2 steps. So it's 3 spots, 3 shots. Okay? We're in tight, we're looking for perfect shots. So Drew, at the first spot, first thing I want to check is, are his feet set and are they balanced? His shooting foot, which is his right foot, should be slightly in front of his other. His ball, the ball should be in the shooting pocket. I also want him shooting off of his right hip. That right foot should be in the middle of the hoop. So that's the second thing I'm checking for. Elbow needs to be under the ball, and I call that a waiter position, like you're a server at a restaurant. Okay? Eyes are on the rim. I don't care if it's front or back. I just want them looking at the rim, which is the target. And then the last thing we're focused on is our follow through. So Drew, go ahead and demo a good shot. Good.
All right, 3-2-1 shooting drill. Even though my son wants me to call it the 5-3-2-1 shooting drill, I'm going to call it the 3-2-1 shooting drill. There are 5 spots, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spots. Somebody's got to rebound. And what's going to happen, he's going to start shooting in the corner. He is going to makes 3 shots. It does not need to be 3 shots in a row. He just needs to make 3 shots at that spot. As soon as he makes 3 at that spot, he's going to move on to the next spot. Okay, so let's say he has done that. He made 3 there. Keep moving, Reggie. Made 3 there. Made 3 there. And went all the way over to the corner. That means he has made 5 times 3, which is 15 shots. Okay, then he's going to start here and he's going to stay at that spot until he makes 2 shots in a row. Not just 2 shots, 2 shots in a row. So he missed the first one, he'll have to. This is the second one. It feels like he's back in high school again. And then he missed the third one. So the people in the Philippines that are watching this, he's missed 4 in a row now. Philippines is a big follower of the YouTube channel, so know that they're watching. All right, so let's imagine that he made that one. So he makes 2 there in a row. He makes 2 there. He keeps going all the way around to the 5 spots until he makes 2 in a row. Then the last time around, he has to make 5 in a row, which means he has to make 1 shot there. Good. Then he goes on to the next one. If he misses any of these, he has to start over. He makes that one. That's 2 in a row. Okay, so if he makes this, he's going to keep going. That's 3 in a row. So he would almost be done with this drill if he didn't miss it. So now he missed. So now he would go to the corner and he would start over and just go around again. So now he would be at 0. If he makes it, he'd be at 1 until he makes 5, all 5 spots at least once. Great shooting drill. 3, 2, 1. Great shooting drill. All you don't even need 2 cones, but I put a cone at each elbow and 1 ball. You don't even need another person. That's why it's a great shooting drill. So what's going to happen, I'm going to back up here. Drew is going to do this in slow-mo. We're going to demonstrate, but you're not going to actually slam it. So what Drew's going to do is he is going to slam the ball down on the ground as hard as he can, either with 1 hand or 2. Okay? He is going to sprint, touch the top of that cone, then come back, get the ball, 1 dribble, shot. Now, the variations of this drill that you can add, okay? You can catch the ball, you can peek and dribble right, you can peek and dribble left, you can do all sorts of moves off this. What it's doing is I like it in the sense that, again, you don't necessarily need the cones, you can touch the line on the free throw line. But what I like is it's getting them moving. Nothing drives a coach bonkier than someone just coming and shooting, not moving while they're shooting. All right, so we did this drill this morning in camp, and it's a good one. All right, so you're going to start at the elbow. All right, let's see if you can do this. Ready? Go. Okay. He's going to catch it. Yep, so it wasn't a great bounce there. Try it again, Drew. And why don't you rebound for him. Do it one more time. Good. All right, so we'll do it one more time. Couple things I've seen on Drew. He's doing it one-handed. I think he should probably do it 2-handed. because you just have a little bit more control, and then take a step back. I noticed that in camp this morning. Maybe take a step back. So when he does this, all right, I'm going to pound it for you and you're going to run. Okay? Ready? Go. And that way, so if he pounds it, he kind of knows where it's going then, and it makes it a little bit easier. Let's do one more so that people can kind of see what this is. So pound, yep. Pound, good. Yeah, he missed the cone too, so that would have been a sprint. But again, movement, don't let them take shortcuts. Make sure they're touching the cone, make sure that they're touching the line, and it's going to take a little bit of practice, but both directions, right and left, will work great. Good. Excellent. Give it back to them. And the one thing that I noticed with this is as they get good, they should try to get it in one bounce. Boom, catch it, and then go back up with it. The good kids will be able to get it on one bounce. After you practice a little bit, you might, especially the little kids, might have to be two bounces. Do it one more time. So try to pound it enough that you can get it after that first bounce. Yep. Boom, and then you should be able to get it. Nice job. Half court without a ball. 1, 2, 3. I need 3 guys down there with a ball, each one of them. 3 down here with a ball. And then the other, do we have 10? Yeah, 1 guy just jump in the line. Okay, you don't need a ball, and you don't need a ball. So put that on the side, put it in the rack. All right, Tennessee drill. So this is a great shooting drill, especially if you don't have a lot of baskets. We do a couple variations on this drill, but I call it the Tennessee drill. And the way it works, and we change it up. We'll shoot 2-pointers on this drill. We'll shoot 3-pointers. You 3 are going to run at these 3 and get the ball. So let's shoot, 16, 17 footers. Okay? As soon as you pass it to them, you're going to run in the other direction and get the pass from those 3. Okay? All right. Start at half court. This is a great conditioning drill. 85 makes in 2 minutes. By the end of the season, we're up to about 110. This is an extremely hard drill to count with one person. You basically need one of your injured guys or an assistant coach at one basket and you at the other basket. I've tried to count it by myself and it's really hard. So 85 makes in 2 minutes. Like I said, by the end of the season, we can usually get to about 110 in 2 minutes. So we'll just go for 30 seconds here. Okay, let me move this. Ready? Go. Yep, get those hands up. We're working on catching the ball in the proper position, squaring up. I don't think we've had a make yet, Coach. There we go. Again, if you're in a small gymnasium, this is a perfect drill. All you need is 2 baskets to do this. Good, stop. No matter what drill you have, again, it goes back to my fast practices, my machine gun practices. You got to name everything. Just give it a name. Call it spot. It doesn't really matter. Something quick that you can call out that they know. So I call it Tennessee. It takes them 10 seconds. They know exactly where they go. They know how many balls they need, and we're off into the drill. So I can watch what they're fundamentally doing or not doing. Okay, 3 guys at half court with the ball. 3 down the baseline, so we need 3, 3, 3. So for the young guys, that's probably the best way to do it. Okay? Just catching, squaring, getting their feet squared, calling for the ball. We had a couple guys talking out here, which is great. Can't play this game unless you talk. But for the young guys, that's probably the best way to do it. I have tried to do this with 4, 4, 4, 5, 5, 5. It gets too crowded. This is 3 lines. Seems to be the magic number. It lets them rest a little bit too. This is a bigger court, so it's a little bit harder on them. The older guys will do dribbling. Okay, so the rule is, and they'll cheat on this one. Okay, if you don't talk to them, they'll cheat on every drill. If you don't yell at them, they'll cheat on every drill. You guys are going to dribble there and take the same shot. Go ahead. And as soon as they shoot, you guys go. Go. So the exact same drill, except we have 3 more. So you need 9 balls to be able to do this. Go, 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 go. Well, short one. Hold on. That's all right. You guys listen like my guys. Over here, one here, and one over on the side. Come on, let's try it again. So we need somebody else down here. Somebody else down here. There you go. Good hustle. All right, hold on 1 second. So, again, the balls are going to bounce all over the place. If a kid isn't hustling in this drill, they'll stand out because people will be passing them. You'll quickly know who's not going to work hard. But what I like about this, you can do jumpers, you can do three-pointers, you can make a move as soon as they get past half court. You know, you can be more creative than I can probably be, but you can do a lot of different things. If you do this for 2-3 minutes, they'll be gassed. So they're not only running, but they're shooting. You know, I do some running with my guys. I'll give you a good free throw at the end, but I like to run them in our practice. We get up and down the court a lot. I like to transition. I like to condition them up and down the court. They're conditioning right now, and they don't even know it, and they're having fun and shooting and trying to, you know, reach our goal. All right, go ahead. As soon as they shoot, you go. All right, one more time. Good, stop. So what that's, I mean, again, what we're doing is trying to get them up and down the court quickly, shooting, you know, doing those kind of things. You can get a lot of shots in a short period of time. You know, I call it tennis. Do the same thing where you do a mic and kind of at the elbow. So do the mic and elbow one. Right, you know, demonstrate it. Okay, so you're gonna go all the way out to the elbow, one dribble, power, and then you can go the opposite side too. So, yep, and then you go the opposite side. So you can go same side, you can go opposite side. So it's an extension. If you do the jumper mic, and this is a good one, and then do some free throws in between. The mic. All right, so this is a little bit of a variation. You know, most people know 3-man weave. A lot of people know 5-man weave. You know, 5-man weave's a great drill. It's kind of a variation of this. But what's going to happen is you're going to cut 5-man weave. You cut behind 2, and you end up 3-on-2, 2-on-1, 1-on-1. This one's going to be a little different. So Augustine's going to go and pass. So we're going to start in 4. One of the 2 middle guys is going to start with the ball. So Augustine's going to start and pass it to Brett. Okay, and stop. He's going to cut behind 2 people, okay? So it's cutting behind 2 people and then 1 person, 2 people and then 1 person. So Brett's got it here. He's going to pass it to Ben. Okay, Ben's going to pass it to Drew and cut behind 2, behind 1. All right, now stop. The passer and shooter are back. So if you're doing 5-man weave, you'd start in the middle because it'd be evenly matched. It'd be 2 on each side. And you'd cut behind 2, and then we'd have 3-on-2. This drill, we've got 2-on-2. So the passer and shooter are back. Who's passer and shooter? Those 2 are back. Now we're going 2-on-2. All right, stop. Now the shooter is back, and now the 2 defenders is go 2-on-1. And then a little bit of a wrinkle to this drill. All right, so Ben shoots it, stop. Now we come back and go 1-on-1. The defender's on offense. The person that shoots it or turns it over, all right, is going in the other direction. And it's 1-on-1. All right, go. Now, great drill. It's a great drill for a couple reasons. It teaches everything that you want. It teaches transition, it teaches talking, it teaches passing, it teaches defense. It teaches everything that we kind of need going into, you know, into the season. We'll do 5-man weave, we'll do 4-man weave, we'll do all of them. Is there anything new with this? No. I mean, most people that are probably watching this have seen 4-man weave or 5-man weave, but I felt like I had to put it on because it does a little bit of everything. You know, a good drill does communication, does passing, does defense, does a little bit of everything, and this drill does that. So we're going to do it one more time. 4-man weave's not really one that's talked about. If we did 5-man weave, the only difference would be, all right, I would be here, all right, Ben's in the middle, he would pass to the side, and then he would cut behind 2 guys. I would get it here,
I would pass to Augustine, I would cut behind 2 guys. All right, let's stop. Now let's go back and do 4-man. We do that all the way down. Okay, so the only difference between 5-man weave and 4-man weave is then you would be 3-on-2, 2-on-1, 1-on-1. But with 4-man weave, you're just going to have a 2-on-2, which is a little bit different. That's why we do it. It's even. One thing with these drills, especially 5-man weave, is you need to make sure that they're not overpassing. And I can't actually believe I'm saying that out of my mouth because my teams have never overpassed. But what they do sometimes is they'll get a 3-on-2 and they'll make 2 or 3 passes. You don't have time to do that. You can make 1 or 2 passes and then you got to get it out and go. All right, let's do 1 trip of 4-man weave. All right, ready? Go. Good, 2-on-1 then, stay wide. That's it, good pass. That's 1-on-1, who shot? Yep. And again, that's a pretty basic thing. I won't get on these guys, but I always get on our guys that if they're not talking, Augustine forgot that he was supposed to be back on defense. It's not only Augustine's fault, it's everyone else's because they weren't communicating to him. So, I really do a point of emphasizing that they got to communicate and talk about what they need to do on that. But again, a great drill. I think it does a little bit.
I think the best way to teach the game of basketball is 1-on-1, 2-on-2, and 3-on-3. So what we're going to do here is we're going to kind of go through a bunch of 1-on-1 games. This is our first one called a spin back or curl back or whatever you want to call it. So 2 guys under the basket. You're going to jog out to about the 3-point line. You're going to spin it back to yourself, real slow-mo here. You're going to gather it, okay, square up, and then you get 1 dribble at that point. After the 1 dribble, we're done. So you better take a good shot at that point, and then it's basically 1-on-1. So let's do a couple of these live. And then I can talk about some things that will happen with this. So good square up. And the reason I like it, and again, it will depend on the age of the, keep playing guys, it depends on the age of the players. If you're dealing with a 4th or 5th grader, you're going to want to add more dribbles. You're going to want to extend the rules on this. It's just a great way to start 1-on-1 rather than checking it on top. Maybe 2 dribbles, maybe only shots inside the 3-point line, maybe only shots in the paint, maybe only going with your left hand. So any of those variations, especially with this game, is a really good thing. But I like, especially at the late junior high and the high school level, cone 1-on-1. So we're going to do a bunch of variations with cones. You can use chairs. I guess you could use people, whatever you'd like. So we're going to do the sideline one first, and then we'll vary it a little bit. So you're going to come up. Hold on. So the person with the ball is on the sideline. No, you dribble. Yep. You're going to dribble real slow, and Reggie's going to go, and they are going to meet like lovers in the night, and then boom. Okay? Yep, 3 dribbles, okay? So they gotta go around the cones, and then I'm basically putting them in the spot where I want them to go 1-on-1. Okay, 1-on-1 sideline. Go. 3 dribbles. Once you get past your cone, it's 3 dribbles. Let me vary that for sure that you know what I'm talking about. Good fake. That was a good hesitation move. See how I sold that with the shoulders. You always got to be ready when you step foot on the basketball court. So this is the first variation. Hold on, this is the first variation of this drill. What you can do with this is basically use these 2 cones to move them wherever you want. So let's say we'll do the exact same thing. I'll make it a little bit harder on the offense. And maybe I want you to score a little closer to the paint. All right, go ahead. So what I'm doing is I'm basically using the cones to move the players where I want them to shoot. I could do it over here, I could do it on the side. I'm not going to show you all the different variations of this drill we have. You can direct them where you want them to go, play one-on-one. You can also direct it by how many dribbles you allow them to have. Drew might have taken more than 3 dribbles there. All right, so cone one-on-one. One-on-one post moves. We don't have 2 power forwards here, but centers. Yeah, every guard wants to be a center, every center wants to be a guard. So this is going to be a basic one-on-one, but it's a good one. Especially with your big posts, you can maybe vary it up a little bit and let them do 1 or 2 dribbles. But what you're going to do is be on the top, the first hash there. Yep. And you're going to spin it to yourself, and then you're going to square up, no dribbles. So you can do whatever you want. You know, if you let them vary a little bit, maybe let them have 1 dribble. Go ahead. Yep. So square, no dribbles. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to create a difficult situation, a situation in which, gosh, I got the ball in the post, I'm getting swarmed, this is not an easy occurrence for me. Again, you can have 2 of them going in at the same time, so if you only have 4 baskets, you still have 8 kids doing this drill at any one given time, but I call this our post one-on-one drill.
All right, next one is pigs in the paint. Okay, so we'll put one guy here with their backs to each other. Okay, we'll put a guy in a wing and a guy in a wing and a ball here. Okay, now this one you can do it with 4 guys. If you have a 5th, you put the 5th here and they'll be the defender. Okay, on the wing passer. If they're not here, you can just start it. But let's say, for the sake of doing the drill, I'll show you what it works. So I'm going to decide who's on offense and who's on defense. Okay, pigs in the post, pigs in the paint is what we call this, either one. So if I pass over to Augustine, okay, Brett is on offense. Okay, the point of emphasis that we make with this is that we want Brett to post up high. Okay, you can never post up too high. I tell my guys, never post too high. If you post too low, you're going to have a defender in the backboard. Okay? If you post too high, what's the worst case scenario is you turn and you get a little jumper. If you post too low, you've taken away something that you can do at the basket. So we tell them to post up high, and we really emphasize the defensive aspect of this drill. We don't want them to reach. We don't want them to slap on the top. We want them to come from underneath, and we want them to use their body. You know, Coach Ryan at Wisconsin is probably one of the best coaches in the world about teaching, you know, everything defensively in that post has to be from the waist down, okay? Because the officials aren't going to make those calls. So that's where we really want a body. Now, if you have a 5th person, and we won't do it here, I'm just going to pass it to one of them and we'll go live. If we have a 5th person, what we'll do is I will pass here, Ben would be on offense, and then I will run over and I will be the defender here. Okay, so if you have a 5th, you can do that. If you only have 4, then, you know, a coach or you starts here and then kind of decides. So let's do this once or twice live here. All right, I'm going to pass it to Drew. All right, good. Post up nice and high. Good. Stop. Do it again. Now, what Ben did was he did a nice job. He stayed wide. He gave him a target. Brett did a good job defensively. You know, he was bodying him. He was kind of stepping into his crotch a little bit, making sure he stayed nice and wide. Let's try that one more time. Good. And one other thing that, you know, I haven't been doing a great job of emphasizing, just because I wanted to make sure I got through everything, is there's got to be communication. Every drill you do, you got to make sure you guys are talking. And especially a post guy, you know, you always hear about the post going, I'm not getting the ball, I'm not getting the ball. Are you demanding it? Are you calling for it? Are you saying I'm open? And in this drill, we're talking about how we post up, how we defend the post, but then you better demand the ball in the post. If you want it, you better demand it. All right, let's do it one more time. Good, good, good. That's it, good. He gave him a target, he stayed wide, and then we gave pressure, good. So that, we call that pigs in the paint, pigs in the post. You know, it's one of, when I'm only picking 15 drills that I like, it's one of those defensive drills. The next one we're going to do is a closeout drill that I think is really, really important too. But you know, we got to be able to defend in the post, and you got to be able to get a hand up on shooters. So